Hello and good evening. My name is Jeremy Nichols. I'm going to be presenting a quick PowerPoint slideshow on the Creators Code by Amy Wilkinson, the 6 essential skills of extraordinary entrepreneurs. This is for GBS 3613 for Gustafson. Thank you. Okay, with this book, the research from over 200 successful CEOs, I just listed here some examples of some of the CEOs that were researched from PayPal, Spanx, Under Armour, Chipotle, Chobani. All these were part of the interviews. And going through this book, we have a lot to learn throughout this presentation from these companies and others. So. Okay, on this slide, we're looking at cracking the code. The 6 essential skills that are found. The first and number one on the list is finding the gap, asking questions, noticing inefficiencies, paying attention to details. Kevin Plank, the founder of Under Armour, began, playing football for, I think, the University of Maryland, and he had to work really hard just to get on that team, and continued to have to work hard because he wasn't a very large guy. He noticed that he sweat a lot, and sweat became heavy on with his cotton shirts that he wore underneath. So he decided to create a product that that would not basically soak in moisture. And so he never played for the NFL, but he did begin to move his product around to other schools and start handing out samples of his product. And today he's grown this Under Armour company to a huge deal that really gives Nike a run for their money. And just another great story. And he definitely was noticing inefficiencies and paying attention to details, and created great success for him. This one, cracking the code, this essential skill here, number 2, drive for the daylight. Basically, creators move quickly. They focus on the horizon. They're not distracted by the hurdles. A lot of people can get distracted as they move forward with their things, and little hurdles that can get them hung up. This man, Hyundai Ukulele, it's hard to say, Ulukaya. He wanted to start a yogurt business, and it was different than all the others. I think his hurdle was just basically seeing that there was so many other versions out there, but he really wanted to deliver a quality product. But he continued to move towards a horizon with his product, and today he's a multi-million-dollar company. And also another good story. Love to hear those stories, kind of an underdog thing. But yes, he was very good at driving for the daylight. Next essential skill, number 3, fly the OODA loop, Air Force term. Basically, it's observe, orient, decide, and act. React faster than your competition. I use this one, the Chipotle, as far as an example for this one, with Steve Ells. He definitely observed. He wanted to create a better product that was made quicker and that was fresh, and he came up with Chipotle, and it was basically, it was a dining experience that was quick. And so he reacted with that in a quick way, continued to move forward, ask questions, and he was very observant as he made those decisions. And he is now Chipotle, in spite of the scandal, but that recently happened with Chipotle. But he's doing well. His company and his products is successful. And there's another good story. I didn't even realize about Chipotle and how large it was. It was a $3 billion company, and I didn't realize it was that big after I've read this book. So. Number 4, the essential skills is fail wisely. Learn from your failures, tweak your mistakes, look to learn. The Spanx was another interesting story. I didn't have any idea because obviously I've never bought Spanx, but my wife did a pretty good job of informing me about how clued in she was on those. But this gal, Sara Blakely, she had issues when she initially wanted something to kind of give her a shapely and keep everything packed in there. She used pantyhose, I guess, when she began and cut the feet out and had to do all these things just to make things look right. So she developed this product, and she definitely did a lot of tweaking and making mistakes, and she did a lot of learning on her own. She wore a lot of hats in the beginning with doing everything, and I'm sure she looked to learn quite a few things from all those experiences. And I didn't realize that she was one of the youngest in U.S. history self-starting single woman billionaires. So, and I thought that was a pretty cool story, and enjoyed reading that part of this book. The next essential skill is number 5, network minds, collaborate, pool brain power, having a diversified team. PayPal was a good example of this in the book. Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Max Levchin, these guys worked together to form PayPal, did a lot of collaborating with other types of technology to make this happen. They did a lot of incentives to make this happen and turned PayPal into a huge deal. They end up selling, I think, if I remember right, they end up selling, I can't recall the company that they sold to for $1.5 billion. But I think they turned that thing into a real gem, and that was a really neat story to read about PayPal. Another company I didn't really know how that was put all together, and they definitely used their talents and networked to make that happen. And essential skill number 6, gift small goods, includes generosity, enhance productivity. This is one that is special. I meant it's just kind of what goes around comes around, kind of the golden rule. And I think if treat others like you want to be treated, kind of deal. And I think that you build up others and people will bless you back. And this one is definitely important, because I think that you definitely get rewarded in this area if you are this kind of person in this kind of company that pursues these types of traits. And so I would definitely be having this as part of my ethics as far as if I ever had a company of my own. Okay, on this slide, here's my conclusions for this book, The Creator's Code. This had a lot of great stories of success, understandable traits for entrepreneurs and successful entrepreneurs, and I also had quite a few quotes to walk away with. Some of my favorites quotes are just things that I remember from the book, that creators don't strive for first, but to be the only one. And then another one was by staying alert to irritation is a way we can make things better. Just that, I don't think about that sometimes, but I know that a lot of products are developed just because of irritations, and sometimes you're not really paying attention to it much, you're just being irritated. But that was definitely something good to think about. I appreciated all the good stories and underdog stories within this book. Learned a lot from the successful people, and I hope to use these traits in the future as I move forward in my entrepreneurial walk. So thank you very much. Have a good night. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at jannichols00 at nwosurangers.edu, or actually it's rangers.nwosu.edu. Thank you very much.